Welcome to Grades of Green's Adult Learning Series, your free resource to learn more about climate change and how to bring climate action to your community. I'm your host, Jack Magner. In this module, we'll investigate how water relates to climate change and what can be done to bring about solutions. By the end of this module, you'll be able to identify various environmental issues related to water, explain how water relates to climate change and environmental justice, and introduce lessons and initiatives about water to your school community. Water is perhaps the single most important contributor to life on Earth. It makes up 70% of our bodies, it's one of the only substances whose solid form floats on its liquid form, and it helps regulate global temperatures. It's also a universal solvent, allowing it to dissolve and deliver key nutrients to various life forms. Look at any major city or human civilization throughout history, and you'll almost certainly find water at its core. However, despite water's importance to life, our health, and the climate, clean water sources and key aquatic ecosystems are under threat today due to human-caused activities. Let's dive a bit deeper into these issues and learn how schools can be part of the solution to solving our water crisis. First, let's talk about water pollution. For the same reason that water helps carry vital nutrients and oxygen throughout our bodies, water can also carry harmful substances from pollution, posing a threat to human health and ecosystem health. It's estimated that 14 billion pounds of industrial waste is dumped into the world's oceans every year, which combined with the world's growing plastic problem, poses significant threats to ocean ecosystems, poisoning and injuring marine life, disrupting aquatic food chains, and entangling animal species. Additionally, wastewater and pesticides from agricultural runoff contain chemicals that interfere with human immune system functioning, increasing risk for cancer, birth defects, and other diseases when consumed. By reducing overall levels of consumption and investing in sustainable materials that don't rely on plastic, we can limit the amount of harmful materials reaching our most crucial water sources. Water pollution is also intensified when communities are covered with impervious surfaces such as parking lots, sidewalks, and driveways. Impervious surfaces don't allow rainwater to enter the soil, leading to increased chances of flooding and decreased soil quality. Impervious surfaces also collect harmful materials like gasoline, motor oil, construction runoff, and pathogens, all of which quickly enter our water sources and aquatic ecosystems. One solution to this seemingly impervious problem is advocating for expanded public transportation options, which take up less space and move more people much more efficiently. By investing in green spaces on campus and encouraging families to make use of more sustainable transportation options, schools can help reduce their need for impervious surfaces and improve local water quality as a result. How communities are landscaped also contributes to water pollution. While manicured green grass lawns may look environmentally friendly, the grasses used are not typically native to the local region. As a result, they're not equipped to be low maintenance or beneficial for the ecosystem. These grasses have short root systems that do not retain water when it rains. Instead, the water pools, floods, and erodes essential infrastructure, creating unsafe conditions for everyone. In addition to contributing to polluted storm runoff, turf grass also requires enormous amounts of water and energy to maintain. Making the switch from turf and non-native grasses to hosting a diversity of local species on your campus lawns is not only a cost-effective solution, since native species require fewer resources and maintenance, but also adds to the aesthetic beauty of your campus by attracting local biodiversity and providing learning opportunities. By replacing lawns with a variety of native plants, campuses can help heal the broken water cycle and limit water pollution in local and global communities. Check out Grades of Green's Garden series for more information on how you can bring native plants to your school community. Another solution to reduce pollution is to install riparian buffers, strips of native trees, shrubs, and grasses that run alongside the banks of rivers and streams that cut off harmful runoff from entering water sources. Adding these buffers can have a major impact on keeping local rivers and streams clean. Water use in agriculture also has a significant environmental impact. Agriculture is by far the most water-intensive industry on the planet, with 70% of global water usage dedicated to agricultural production and drainage. Additionally, the overuse of fertilizers and pesticides in the agricultural sector can introduce too much nitrogen, phosphorus, and other nutrients into large bodies of water. Algae then feeds off these excess nutrients, growing exponentially larger and cutting off the oxygen supply in the water. This process is called eutrophication and poses a significant threat to the livelihoods of our local aquatic ecosystems. There are a wide variety of regenerative agricultural solutions to conserve and keep our water clean. Upgrading irrigation infrastructure, growing crops that need less inputs, and making use of cover crops to improve soil quality are all ways to ensure our crops are more resistant to drought, hold on to water more effectively, and do not require the overuse of pesticides and other additives. Through their nutrition departments and procurement choices, schools can help mitigate excessive water use and pollution in the agricultural sector by sourcing meal options and other products locally, reducing the amount of water being displaced from local ecosystems, and reducing pollution runoff caused by transporting the goods. Finally, let's talk about water and our energy usage. Water plays a key role in nearly every stage of energy production. Fracking, for instance, refers to the process of pressurizing water to break up bedrock and open up pathways for natural gas to be collected. This process leaves local groundwater susceptible to lethal contamination, forcing communities to dig deeper wells or import water from other regions. Water is also used to cool down machinery throughout each stage of energy production, and as electricity demand increases, so too does water usage. Our increasing reliance on data and cloud storage also significantly impacts water availability for the same reason. When a computer server is running, it requires a constant stream of cool water to prevent it from overheating. Luckily, a transition towards renewable energy while reducing harmful emissions would also dramatically reduce water usage in the energy sector, as wind and solar power require significantly less water compared to oil, gas, and coal power. Water and energy also operate in tandem on school campuses. The more water that a campus uses, the more energy is used to activate and transport that water, whether it's for irrigation, toilets, or sinks. Additionally, water is necessary for every element of the school's built environment through campus heating, ventilation, air conditioning, cooling, and refrigeration systems. Campus leaders and facilities maintenance and operations teams should review their building automation systems, utility systems, and energy demand in order to reduce negative effects on the environment through the overconsumption of energy. Working with campus utility providers for water and energy can produce massive cost savings and enhance the environment of the campus through effective upgrades to key machinery, especially regarding HVAC systems. Reviewing rebate opportunities, upgrades, and the efficiency of the built environment can create a safer, healthier, and more environmentally friendly campus. One example of campuses working to reduce their impact on water is by reviewing and restructuring how the built environment is utilized during summer activities. Centralizing campus activities to one building during the summer rather than operating multiple buildings with only a few personnel working separately will offset costs and reduce environmental impact through efficient built environment use. This is just one of the many opportunities to reduce your campus's reliance and overconsumption of water. Anthropogenic or human-caused climate change impacts Earth's water in important ways. The majority of physical effects we observe from climate change have to do with water, or lack of it, primarily through increased extreme weather events such as hurricanes, snowstorms, and drought. The increasing intensity of extreme weather events from climate change leaves communities vulnerable to flooding, which also increases pollution. The increasing drought events poses a major threat to global water availability. Without reliable access to water, key factors to human life become uncertain, such as global food supply, housing for climate-displaced people or climate refugees, and international disputes over water access. Though these seem like issues of a far-off future, all three of these issues are happening in real time. It's crucial that we take action to conserve, protect, and amplify water resources on and off campus. Go to part 2 to take action.